Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Continuing with those hot and humid conditions, we do currently have a heat advisory in effect until 18 local this evening, as the temperature is now around 91 degrees and heat index values already exceeding 100 degrees this morning. Overall, should see a fairly quiet weather day ahead, but we will see a slight chance of a pop-up afternoon shower or storm as we get more so towards the mid to later afternoon today. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, we have high pressure still in control over the region and still seeing the influence of an upper level ridge over the region. So that's going to help keep precipitation to a minimum, but can't rule out a pop-up shower or storm with those hot and humid conditions out there. We have this boundary to our north. We're going to see that sinking southward as we move over the next couple of days, making its way into the area as a backdoor front as we move into our Friday. Looking at the upper level winds from this morning, sounding fairly light winds continue through the column here. Winds generally out of the north or north-northwest as we go up through the column, and seeing a east-northeasterly wind up around 25,000 feet. The peak wind is 21 knots at 16,000 feet, and the freezing level right around 15,000 feet. Looking at the current visible satellite, just some high clouds streaming through the area this morning. So overall, mostly sunny conditions. We'll see some cumulus clouds develop once again during the afternoon as we get that peak heating going. And this one we'll see that chance of a pop-up shower with that cumulus field developing. If we take a look at the high-resolution model, what we can expect today, we'll see dry conditions moving through the morning and into the first part of the afternoon. And as we get later in the afternoon, mainly past the 1 p.m. time frame, we start to see some light reflectivity popping up here on the simulated radar, indicating that possibility of a shower popping up. As we go into the evening, should see any activity dying off with the loss of that daytime heating. We'll see a chance of a few maybe lingering showers in the region as we move into the early morning hours. As you can see, some light reflectivity here with the HER model, although won't have much support from the daytime heating, so not expecting any kind of widespread shower activity, just an isolated chance there as we move into the day on Thursday. Another hot and humid day for Thursday. Not quite as hot as what we'll see today, but nonetheless hot and humid once again. And we'll see once again a slightly better chance of some afternoon showers or storms popping up. As you can see, more of a bullish activity popping up here during Thursday afternoon into the first part of the evening. And as we move through the overnight, that boundary will remain sinking southward towards our area. Could keep a few lingering showers overnight into the early morning hours of Friday, as you can see here with that boundary helping to support some forcing for that activity as we move into the start of the day on Friday. Moving into the day on Friday, we'll zoom out here. Again, that boundary sinks through as a backdoor front. Depending on how far that boundary pushes into the local area, it does look like we'll see some onshore flow that's going to help provide some relief from the hot temperatures we'll see, expecting our high temperatures back down into the 80s. And along that boundary will be a focal point for, once again, some shower and storm activity during the day on Friday. So that chance will be there as well. Then as we go into the weekend, we'll see that boundary lifting back northward, return to more subtly warmer and humid conditions continuing through the next several days for the extended forecast, as we'll see some weakening in that upper level ridge, and that's basically going to provide the opportunity for daytime driven afternoon pop-up showers or storms each day as we move through the extended forecast here. As you can see, model indicating that precip chance rising during the peak afternoon hours and then diminishing as we move into the overnight. Going into early next week, particularly as we get into Tuesday, it looks like will be the next time we see a more substantial front approach in the region, and that will be a focal point for some more widespread shower and storm activity, at least the way things are looking at this time, depending on how strong that front is as it approaches the region early next week. So if we look at our 24-hour weather risk chart for today, we do have those red conditions for heat index above 100 degrees through our working hours today. Again, that heat advisory in effect until 18 local. Expect those heat indexes to peak around 110 degrees this afternoon. Our actual high temperature will be around 97 degrees. We do introduce that yellow risk for precip and lightning as we get past that 13 local time frame with that slight chance of a pop-up shower or storm, but otherwise just seeing a ceiling develop later in the afternoon around 6,000 feet, and we'll see that start to clear out a bit as we go into the evening time frame. Remaining partly cloudy, those winds becoming light and variable. We'll see our low temperature around 77 degrees and do have a very slight chance of a lingering shower in the area for the early morning hours, although I should see much of that activity diminishing and not expecting any significant impact from that. We'll see some patchy mist around early in the morning as we have seen the last couple of days. Otherwise, tides are slightly above normal. And looking at the extended forecast here, we do see slightly cooler temperatures tomorrow, but still hot and humid with a high around 92 degrees. Likely see another heat advisory for tomorrow with heat index values up around 100 to 105. Slightly better chance of seeing some precip in the area, some pop-up showers or storms during the PM time frame. Look to be about 40% chance, and then keeping a 30% chance lingering along that boundary into Friday, with Friday being mostly cloudy, a chance for some low clouds with that onshore flow pushing in, but we'll see those cooler conditions with those high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s, and we'll keep high temperatures in the upper 80s as we move into the weekend with those daily about 20% chance of a pop-up shower or storm through Monday. And then as we get into Monday, we'll see some increasing clouds, and then into Tuesday, better chance, looking at about 40% chance at this time due to the 7-day outlook being a bit far out to really narrow down the probabilities here, but nonetheless does look like we could see a boundary pushing through the area, bringing some showers and thunderstorms. And it looks to be more of a PM event at this time. We'll see some slight warming ahead of that, and then possibly some slightly cooler conditions behind that, but we'll see how that plays out as we get closer to that time frame. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 at 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day.